This is Mr. Mast.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't have one friend that passed in Afghanistan that passed for nothing. They were serving their country. They were serving their brothers to their left and right and their sisters to their left and right in combat. They were serving causes they considered to be bigger and more important than themselves. I did not lose my legs for nothing in Afghanistan. My service was absolutely squandered by what took place with the withdrawal from Afghanistan, but somebody would have to be a willful idiot to think that my operations in 2010 in Afghanistan somehow directly correlated to all the failures that took place in August in the withdrawal of Afghanistan. You'd have to be a willful idiot to think that, and you'd have to think people are idiots in order to go out there and present that as an argument. We need to look at the whole war, what Brian Mast did in 2010 in Afghanistan, and everybody that was there surrounding that. That's what led to what happened with the withdrawal of Afghanistan. My colleagues want you to think that that's what we need to be looking at. It's just simply not true. The fact of the matter is, the contempt of Secretary of State Antony Blinken exists because he does not put a priority on being present for important activities. Where was he during this catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan? He was vacationing in the Hamptons. That's where he was. Where was he when province after province of Afghanistan was falling? He was vacationing in the Hamptons. Where was he when he should have been looking at what's going to take place if all of the individuals in the embassy need to be evacuated? What plan are we doing to conduct getting them out of there? He was vacationing in Afghanistan, or not in Afghanistan. I wish he was in Afghanistan paying attention. He was vacationing in the Hamptons. What was he doing when people were hanging off the wings of aircraft, thinking about how they might get out of Afghanistan? He was vacationing in other places like the Hamptons. When you look at a situation where it should have been all hands on deck, every person spending every minute of the day, giving every bit of their focus to what would be the largest military and State Department operation in decades, and you think about the fact that the Secretary of State was on vacation, it makes you not wonder as much why what happened with the withdrawal happened with the withdrawal. I read the testimonies of person after person, ambassador after ambassador that was working in the withdrawal of Afghanistan. The fact of the matter is, there was basically no mention at all of the Secretary of State and where he was as the top dog in the State Department throughout that entire withdrawal. Nobody spoke about where he was, what he was doing to help, how he was preventing people from hanging off the wings of aircraft, what he was doing to make sure that special immigrant visas would have the documentation that we need, that State Department had the appropriate number of people to deal with all of the special immigrant visa holders and each of their family members, their spouses, their children. He wasn't present at all for that. And if you want to go one step further and talk about the fact that we weren't there for nothing, those of us that served there. Our service was squandered. But those who were there at the time were quite literally treated as disposable service members. If the Secretary of State is not present, then he's treating those service members that need to come in and rescue his people as disposable. If he's not calculating what needs to take place with the special immigrant visa holders, then he's taking those service members that are flying those aircraft and they're guarding the walls, he's treating them as disposable. If he's not calculating which airport to use or whether to do it in the summer, not in the summer or in the winter, he's treating the service members that have to protect that operation as disposable. He should be held in contempt, and I thank you, Chairman, for the time.